And we're live.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for the student session focused on why you could study in the USA with the MBA in Business Analytics. This program is unique. It has been classified as a STEM MBA, so there's a lot of great opportunities for students who pursue this route. I'll be doing introductions of us, but first it would be great if we could hear more from you in the chat about where you're coming from, and also give us a thumbs up if you are looking to study an MBA yourself. We'd love to see who all is out there watching this today. And with a little more introduction on our end, my name's Emily Ernest. I'm an Associate Director in the Office of Global Admissions and Outreach at Gannon University. I am joined by my colleagues in the Office of Global Admission and Outreach, Justin Castle, who is the director, and David Stewart, who is the assistant director. Our presenter today is Dr. Celine Caliboda. She is an alumna of Gannon in our MBA program. She has 15 years of industry experience that she brings as program director. She's also a wonderful professor. I just had her for a class recently. I'm also a student in the MBA program, so I have a little bit of that perspective to bring as well. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Dr. Caliboda to share more with us about the opportunities in this program.
Thank you very much, Emily. Yes, I'm very excited to tell you guys all about our new MBA in Business Analytics. As Emily said, I am the program director for the MBA here at Gannon University. The MBA in Business Analytics is a program designed to offer students a contemporary learning experience by infusing the application of technology and the data analytics into the coursework that you're covering in all of the functional areas of business. So you still take classes on accounting and finance and management, but we're infusing those technologies. The students, you guys will apply the appropriate methodologies into analyzing the data in the context of those specific discipline areas. So you'll do business forecasting, you'll do financial modeling, you'll do data-driven strategic planning. Each class will have the appropriate technologies added to enhance your skills in that subject area. So we do focus on utilizing those technologies for today. So it's the right tools to analyze the data and make those data-driven decisions. And that's what's most important today, I feel like. Many different organizations we've talked to say having students have that knowledge of how to make those data-driven decisions is what's most critical. So that's what we do in this program is we give you that knowledge and the skills in order to do that. And you can get employment in a broad spectrum of areas, disciplines such as marketing, supply chain management, HR, finance. I recently did a search looking at what does a job market look like for an MBA in business analytics, and what are some of the job titles that you could be potentially applying for. You could apply for an IT management, a management of analytics, a marketing manager, because marketing, there's a ton of analytics that has to be done in marketing, strategic relationship director, business operations manager, project manager, so many different positions that you could be applying to with this type of a degree. So another piece of we love about our specific MBA at Gannon is that we use this entrepreneurial spirit. We really pride ourselves in the School of Business to say that we have an entrepreneurial spirit. So our MBA works to include that coursework to include an entrepreneurial mindset, to identify and assess those business opportunities that are out there and even finance a potential venture. Many of our students come out of our program saying, hey, this is the idea I have, and I can actually now go after it and be a individual business owner because of the skills that I've gained. The last course that our students take is called Capstone course or business policy course. Here, the students gain like a real world business experience. Students work with startup businesses in what's called our ETI. ETI is the Erie Technological Incubator. It assists startup companies in creating their own business. So working in this capstone final class, the students work with one of the clients of the Erie Technological Incubator, and they work on marketing, they work on strategic plans, operations, many other aspects. It's kind of, where's that company at? How can our students help them? But you as the student are gaining that real world business experience before you walk out the door. So you have that under your belt to, when you apply for a job, say, I've done this. I've been part of a real life business venture, an opportunity. So the next question you might have is, well, who can apply for an MBA? You think it's an MBA, it's a Master's of Business Administration. Well, yes, it is. It is business administration. But one thing that we pride ourselves in here at Gannon is anybody can apply. Your background could be in anything as long as you have an undergraduate degree, and you can be part of our MBA. We have a couple different ways we can help you with that. If you have a business background and you have a bachelor's degree, then you probably don't have to do any leveling classes. We call them academic leveling classes, or kind of gaining that core competency. You would already have that knowledge, so we wouldn't need to do anything additional for you, and you would need those 30 credits of graduate courses to complete your degree. If you say you don't have all that business knowledge, maybe you have a degree that's not exactly business, or maybe it's didn't have all of the pieces that we are looking for when it comes to having an undergraduate business degree, you can take some of the undergraduate classes that we have and take, maybe it's only 3 credits, maybe it's 9, maybe it's 12 credits of to gain that core knowledge. We call them the core competencies before you start into our graduate program. Our graduate program is 30 credits. It's 30 credits. No matter where you're coming from, for the graduate courses, it's 30 credits. For the business analytics, it's a set 30 credits. So you would take those same 30 credits, no electives involved in there. And what's really great, I think, about our program is we have a set schedule. You will know exactly what you're going to be doing from day one. If you tell me you want to take 9 credits each semester, I can lay out for you exactly what you're going to take from day one till the day you graduate. You want to take 6 credits, you want to take 12 credits, whatever that is, we can lay it all out for you and make sure that you have a good graduation plan for your entire time that you're here with us. I know I've said a lot of things in there. I told you about our program, told you about how we have this program in business analytics. I told you how we focus on those technologies within each one of those different main areas of business, because you're still learning those main areas of business administration. We talked about the entrepreneurial spirit and the experience that you'll gain here, and about our program being that 30 credits and that anybody can join. So we are a STEM designated program, and I'm going to let Emily talk a little bit more about what that means to you as an international student, and then can open it up for any other questions that you might have. So I'm going to hand it back over to Emily.
Okay, wonderful. Dustin, would you like to give a little more insight too about STEM MBA, what that means?
Sure. So basically the program is STEM designated, and the reason it became STEM designated is because it has a focus on business analytics. As such, the program reviewed, and what they reviewed is that, yes, it qualifies for STEM. The big difference for international students is that basically means students can apply for up to 3 years of OPT after they graduate versus a 1-year OPT in other programs at the other MBA programs. And OPT is basically work after a student graduates. So again, students can apply for up to 3 years for OPT in STEM designated programs, like this MBA program here, engineering programs, science programs, and things of that nature. With that said, some of the questions that a lot of students have, about coming into this program, for example, what if they have a 3-year degree from India, or a 3-year degree from, say, Pakistan, or any of the other countries around the world that have 3-year degrees? Dr. Calavota, can you talk a little bit about that, and maybe roughly how long it would take for those type of students to graduate from a program like this?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dustin. So we do accept students that have a 3-year Bachelor of Commerce degrees, typically what they're called, and we will let you into our program, and we have required what's called a capstone year. So you will then take 18 credits in approximately 1 year of undergraduate coursework. Now, that coursework may be all, the coursework will depend on what you come into our program with. So if you have a business 3-year degree and you've met all those core competencies, then those 18 credits can be some higher level business classes, kind of fill in some knowledge of what you're interested in, what we think might be beneficial for you moving into our MBA, but nothing would be necessarily prescribed. If you say you don't have some of those core competencies, maybe you're missing a finance class, or you're missing a marketing class, you didn't take those in part of your 3-year degree, then we would put some of those courses into your 18 credits that you're required to take. But it is 18 credits. And so it's typically about a year. It depends exactly when you come, if you come in the summer versus the fall, and that's something that we could work with you individually on. But It is about it is about 1 year to take those 18 credits. And then once you're done with those 18 credits, you would start right into the 30 credit MBA, and that would be exactly 1 year. So at most it would be 2 years if you come in with one of the 3-year bachelor's degrees. But we welcome you, absolutely. And we have some great undergraduate courses that we can put you in to help substitute some of that knowledge that you may not have from your degree.
Okay, great. Another very common question students ask whenever they're applying, do you consider this a terminal degree, or would the student eventually go on to do a PhD, or would it sort of depend on when they're, what they plan to do after they graduate, like career-wise?
There is always the option to complete, to go on and have to get a terminal degree. This is not a terminal degree. This is a master's degree. There's associates, bachelor's, master's, and then it would be considered a terminal degree. So this is not a terminal degree, but you absolutely could continue on after getting your master's to get a terminal degree at some university. We do not offer a terminal degree in business. We have other terminal degrees at Gannon that you could possibly be interested in. And you can absolutely go into the workforce with this degree. You don't necessarily have to move on and get a terminal degree.
Okay, great. Another question that we often get is, really, what's the difference between a regular MBA and business analytics? I know you touched upon that a little bit, but for example, for somebody that wants to do just learn about business, should they do a regular MBA, or would a business analytics program be the correct path for them? Like, what kind of student would actually go and say, I want to do a business analytics program over a regular MBA?
Mm-hmm. So for me, the business analytics program is going to help a student be able to make more of those data-driven decisions that I mentioned earlier. A traditional MBA is still a wonderful MBA to get. I'm not saying it isn't, but the business analytics piece of it is going to give you more skills in the technology and the data that you can get from those different technologies in order to make some of those more data-driven decisions. And so it's going to depend on what your career focus is. And if you want to be able to, again, make some of those real-time decisions based on that data, that would be more of the path, I would say, for the business analytics.
Great. Are there any particular, companies or jobs that students have gone into already, graduating from the MBA, the regular MBA program at Gannon University?
Oh, yes. Many different places that people have gone. Here in Erie, Pennsylvania, one of our major employers is Wabtec, which used to be GE. We also have Erie Insurance. Both of those are Fortune 500 companies, and both of them have many of our students that are MBA students in them. But one thing that's great about Gannon and living in the Erie area, as I mentioned, is that entrepreneurial mindset. We have some of our graduates that have gone off and decided to do their own thing. And they have said, I don't want to go and work for a big corporation. I want to work for myself. So I want to take this knowledge that I've gained and create my own company, create my own startup. And there's that option too. So there's a wide range. It can be going to, work your way up in a Fortune 500 company to be the CEO at some point. Or it can be, I want to work for myself and I want to create this company out of nothing because this is this great idea I have. So having an MBA is going to give you that skills and that knowledge to take either path and anything in between. It really is what you want to have.
All right, great. So we got a question that came in about GMAT. Emily, can you talk a little bit about the admission requirements of the program? Is GMAT required? Is GRE required? Is IELTS required? All those sorts of questions.
So we do not require the GMAT or the GRE exams for admission to this program. We do look very closely at a student's individual academic background and make a determination from there. Students do not need to have a business degree at the bachelor's level to apply for the MBA in business analytics, but as we discussed, we can offer other sorts of opportunities to fill in that foundational coursework for students who have those different backgrounds. To apply, it's very simple. Just apply.gannon.edu is the link to follow. And on there, the application is quick and easy to fill out. And then we collect information regarding your academic background. So we'll need transcripts and certificates of bachelor's degrees completed, a statement of purpose about your specific intentions for studying here at Gannon University and specifically in this program, 3 letters of recommendation from different individuals from your academic history or employment history, a resume, just kind of outlining all of that, and then also the proof of English if you are from a non-English speaking country. We typically look for about a 7 IELTS, and I'm blanking on the TOEFL, 79, I'm pretty sure, or 6 on the IELTS, 6.5. If you want to jump in on that one, I'm mixing them all up.
I think you got it right, Emily. So
is that right? Okay, 6.5 and 79.
6.0 for MBA, then 79.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So then it's actually a great time to apply because we are able to email your acceptance documents at this time. So the bank statement and affidavit of support from a sponsor will be need to be submitted before we're able to issue the I-20, but then that full acceptance packet can come to you and be printed and taken with you to a visa appointment. So certainly a great time to apply. We can have an answer for you in about a week of application and submitting those documents, and then can work with you with a lot more in-depth knowledge of the program and preparation from there.
All right, thanks, Emily. Some of the questions that came in on Facebook, people are asking about if they have a different background, can they still apply for MBA? And just to touch on this a little bit, for my personal background, I have a bachelor's degree in physics, and I went on to do an MBA. This may differ in the US from overseas. Overseas, what you often see is if a student graduated from a certain bachelor's degree, they're going to go into the same field of study for a master's degree almost all the time. In the USA, it's a very open, educational system. You can change disciplines, you can change fields of study anytime. With that said, this is for you, Dr. Calavoda. A question came in, and again, I think you also touched upon this a little bit, but again, if you could help clarify it a little bit more, if a student has a non-technical background, can they go into this business analytics field, and will there be supplemental classes they have to take? For example, I actually had somebody apply maybe 2 weeks ago and said, it looks like a very tech-heavy degree. Is that true?
Thank you for the question. It is not overly tech heavy. No, we don't actually require any technology prerequisites for the MBA in business analytics. One thing you have to recognize in this is that it's an MBA. That's the first thing. It's an MBA in business analytics. It is not a master's of science in business analytics, and that there's a big difference there. Saying that this is an MBA means that it's a master's of business administration, meaning you will take classes in accounting, finance, marketing, management, organizational behavior, culture, creativity, change, things like that, where you have a business degree. So there is some technology, a lot of technology built into the classes, but you are not required to come in with the knowledge for what you're going to learn in those classes. Interestingly, though, you are required to come in with, or we can help you get, if you don't have them when you come in, are the business skills. You do need to have a basic understanding of accounting, a basic understanding of finance, a basic understanding of marketing. So that's where if you have a business undergrad degree, you can, you will not have to take any of these classes when you come into campus, where if you say you have a history degree, and that's kind of the example I like to give. If you come in with a history degree and say, I want to get an MBA, you're going to need to get some of those core competencies, accounting, finance, marketing. And that's where you can come in and you can take the undergraduate classes. Again, it's going to vary what you come in with. It can be anywhere from 0 credits up to maybe 21 credits, depending on what knowledge you have when you come in. And you'll get those, you'll take those classes, that undergraduate classes, and be able to then start into the curriculum. The question just popped up is it possible to do this online? Now, I'm not sure if that's specifically about these, this core knowledge we're talking about. So there is the ability to take some of these undergraduate classes online before you start your MBA. Now, the MBA in business analytics is not an online program. Okay, I want to stress that. The MBA in business analytics is not an online program. But again, if you're a history major or something that is non-business, or you're missing some of those core competencies, there is the ability to get some of those core competencies through online modules. And that's where we partnered with another organization called Peregrine, where you can take these modules to gain some of that core competency knowledge that you may be missing from your undergraduate experience. You're able to get that knowledge through a different means. But you can do that online through those. You can come to campus, take some undergraduate classes to gain that core knowledge. But as soon as you're ready, as soon as you have everything that we want you to have, you'll start right into that MBA in business analytics, that 30 credits, and it's about a year program.
All right, great, thanks. Another question came in about scholarships and things of that nature. What students should know, in the USA, there may be schools that offer larger scholarships than others. It's important to also look at the cost of the program. For example, some schools, they can charge up to $50,000 a year in tuition, and you may have, say, a $20,000 scholarship, but then still have $30,000 left to pay at the end of the day. So when students are looking at schools, is first look at the cost, then look to see how much awards and different things you're getting on top of that. Gannon University is a nationally ranked university. It's nationally ranked on the US News. So I would say it's a very good school, So again, scholarships and awards, getting a full tuition scholarship to come to the USA, very, very difficult. Again, we do have awards that students can get, based on their background and different things like that. So if you have questions, David's put it in the chat. You can email them to global@gannon.edu and send those questions about scholarships and awards and things like that to us if you do have questions about that. Another question that students often have is about the statement of purpose. Is there a particular thing that you look for, Dr. Calavoda, when you're reviewing applications in the statement of purpose, or that you would like to see from business applicants on this?
When I'm reviewing the statement of purposes, I think the biggest thing I look for is really having that dedication to your own education, by saying that I want to come to Gannon because of the robust program that you have. I'm dedicated to my education and what I want to learn. I do like to kind of hear what you think you want to do afterwards, but also know that it's going to change. But having some type of a direction of saying, this is where I'm thinking, that's always good too. But I love to see students that have a true drive to want to be in this program and really say that this is the path I want to take, and this is the knowledge that I'm looking to gain.
Okay, great. We're getting to the end of the questions here pretty soon. Can a student that has failed classes be accepted into this program? And should they explain those sort of things in the statement of purpose if they have had them?
Yes, international students can have failed, or any student can have failed a class in their undergraduate career and still apply. Having some explanation is beneficial, especially if there may be some excessives or some extenuating circumstances. Absolutely, having some type of explanation can help with that.
All right, great, thank you. So, to kind of sum things up here, I mean, we have a STEM MBA program here at Gannon University. It qualifies for students to apply for up to 3 years of OPT. Gannon University is a nationally ranked university by US News. And, if students are interested in applying now, as Emily said, is a great time to apply. We're still processing applications for the fall. Unlike some schools, we do plan to have on-campus classes for fall 2020. If for some reason students cannot get the visa in time for fall 2020, they can always defer to January 2021. And overall, I mean, in the USA, Erie, Pennsylvania, where Gannon University is located, has not been hit that hard by COVID-19. So it's considered a relatively safe area. And it's also one of the reasons why Gannon is planning to continue to offer on-campus classes for fall 2020, at least at the moment. With that said, Dr. Calavoda, do you have any final words that you want to say to students that may be watching this?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I do that, I'm going to address one more question it seems that have popped up here, just so we don't leave that hanging. Is work experience required? And if not, will it help get accepted? Work experience is not required to join our MBA. You can have some, but it is not necessarily required. But can it help? That's where it's possibly. This is where I look at each application in its fullest. We like to see about a 3.0 on the US 4.0 scale. But if you don't have a GPA that's that, and you have some experience, it's looking at the whole picture. And so experience can help possibly, but it will never hurt you, and it is not required. To kind of summarize here, I'd like to just say, welcome. I hope that many of you guys out there in the audience would consider applying to the Gannon MBA. I know we're very excited to start this next class of MBA in Business Analytics. It's a very exciting time for us at Gannon with this new degree, and I think that it's going to meet the needs of the current industry, especially today, considering the environment that we're in. We are all working with data, with information in this IT type world, and having this degree in MBA in business analytics is just going to give you that extra edge when it comes time for you to apply for a full-time job or start your own company or whatever it is that you want to do with your career. This degree is going to be able to help you. So if you have any questions, please let any of us know.
All right, thanks, Dr. Calavota. And thanks everybody for watching today. And we hope to see your application come in for the fall 2020 intake or later intake. Thanks again and have a good one, everybody. Bye.